Welcome to day 28 of our 31 Days of Self-Love Challenge. My name is Keshi. I live in Denmark. Today's subject is, who is your role model and what qualities do you share with your role model? So before we start, we'll ask Imani to read us a definition of role model.
So a role model is a person whose behavior, example, or success is or can be emulated by others, especially by younger people.
Thank you, Imani, and that's a definition from dictionary.com. I came across a study done by a psychologist on how young people develop skills, abilities, and motivation to become engaged citizens. And this psychologist worked with 44 college students, and they were asked to describe 5 top qualities of role models. She also did a poll with adults, and the same adults, there were 50 adults, and they all came up with the same qualities. So I thought it would be interesting which these qualities are. And so I'll ask Imani, Mckenna, and Jamila to read the qualities, starting with Imani.
Okay, now one of the first qualities is passion and the ability to inspire. Role models show passion for their work and have the capacity to infect others with their passion.
Thanks, Imani. And Jamila?
Hi, my one is selflessness and acceptance of others. Role models see others' needs and act on them. And also the ability to overcome obstacles. Role models show that success is possible despite obstacles.
Thank you. How about you, Mckenna?
Okay, one of them is clear set of values. Role models act in ways that support their beliefs and values. The last one is commitment to community. Role models are other-focused as opposed to self-focused.
Thank you, Imani. Thank you, Imani, Mckenna, and Jamila. So from the definitions where we find is usually, role models are usually associated with young people, but we all need people who inspire us, motivate us, and give us an example to follow. We may say we don't have a role model, but at least we can say we know inspirational people who've made a difference in our lives. So we want to hear from panelists, who are these people who have inspired you, who have motivated you, who have impressed you with their way of being or who they are. We'll start with Shiro.
My name is Shiro. I'm in Nairobi, Kenya. I have two top role models for me. The first one is Professor Wangari Maathai. She was a Kenyan, the late professor. She was the first African woman to receive the Nobel Peace Prize, but she was well known for her passion for the environment and for trees. They even used to call her the tree hugger. And one thing about Wangari is that she was so courageous. She single-handedly fought the Kenyan politicians, the Kenyan government, to save the forests in Kenya, and in particular one park in Nairobi, the only park in Nairobi. They wanted to grab it and put sky-rise buildings, but she fought. They beat her up, they pulled her hair, but she never gave up. And we all know that we owe that to her. The forests in Kenya would have been all destroyed if it wasn't for Professor Wangari. And what I admire about her, and I would want to think I would emulate from her, is her courage. And then the other one is Eliud Kipchoge. Of course, everyone knows Kenyans are known for long distance running. Eliud Kipchoge is a world record holder on the marathon, and recently he broke he became the first man to run under 2 hours in the 42-kilometer marathon under the motto, "No human is limited." So no human is limited is something that can motivate everyone. Young people, old people, you should never limit yourself. Through hard work like him, you can always achieve your goals. So what I like about Kipchoge is his resilience, his hard work, and humility. He's such a humble man, and that's a quality I would like to think that I can be like him.
Thank you, Shiro. Indeed, very good role models who are making social change as well as inspiring through their actions. So Imani, please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, my name is Imani, and I'm from Denmark. Now, I have a few role models. The first one will be, I would say, it's my mom. And the reason I chose my mom is because she's very strong, and she's not afraid to like stand out and be different compared to many people that I know. And she's not afraid to like express herself and try new things. So that I find that very inspirational, especially in a country like Denmark where we have this mindset to be like everybody else. So I really admire that about her, and I've always looked up to her in a way that she can stand up for herself. It was hard for me in the beginning to like stand up for myself, but because of my mom who's inspired me, is like now I know what to do. And I will also say my dad in a different matter. I'm inspired by my dad on how hardworking he is with his job, because he owns a window cleaning company and started from humble beginnings, and then now he gets many customers, and he's hardworking, and he's very good at talking to people, and people always like him. I find that amazing that wherever you go, most people like can tell that's a great guy. He's nice. And just to last one, I'm gonna make it fast. Is a woman I just read about recently. A famous historical woman called Josephine Baker. You probably know her. She's my role model because despite the period of time she lived in and being a Black woman, she was not afraid to like go against the norms and not try to be conservative in the way she and show her sexuality more without being afraid of being judged. So yeah, that was mine.
Thank you, Imani. Do you feel like any of these role models, there are some qualities you share or you have that are similar to your role models?
I think my ability to talk to new people, and I also say my way of dressing, of not being afraid to like be different.
Thank you, Imani. So we'll next hear from Maggie.
Okay, I'm Maggie from Kenya. My role model is Lady Diana. I learned about her when I was still a young parent, and the sacrifice she made on behalf of her children made me also make sacrifices because of my children. Because there are things that the experiences that I went through were because of what I could see from her, and made me strong and courageous to follow the route I followed, which I don't regret. And another role model is her son, Harry. He sacrificed everything, the royalty, just to be with the people that he loved. So anybody who sacrifices their happiness, their love life, and for the sake of the vulnerable ones, the children, that is my role model.
Thank you. And Maggie, you mentioned that you have emulated your role model by sacrificing for your children, which is actually it's a fantastic thing to do. So it's a great thing that role models can help, or rather can inspire us to do great things and to do as they are doing. And that's actually the role of a role model. Excuse the pun.
Yeah.
And our next speaker is Jamila. We'd love to hear about your role models.
Yes, so my first role model will have to be my mom, obviously, because she runs an organization that helps people, and I've always seen myself as the person who wants to help others. I always put other people ahead of myself a lot of the time. And she also is strong, even though she's got everyone else's, like, maybe problems and stuff, and she does it all by herself, and has to deal with them, but she also has to deal with her own issues, and she does that, I think, really, really well. And I would like to also be the exact same as her. So yeah, that's my first. And my second role models would have to be my ancestors, because they fought through a time that was so difficult beyond anything any of us can think of, and they managed to fight through it because they knew they needed human rights and rights to be able to be treated equally among a bunch of people who didn't believe that. And even though we're not facing the same like hardcore issues like they did, we're still facing the aftermath of people still having the same mindset and needing that strength to be like realize that you need to fight back for change to happen is something I think I have. And yeah, they're my two.
Thank you, Jamila. And the fact that you're working for Four Wings shows that you've been inspired by your role models to make a social change and commitment to community, and that's really commendable. Thank you. So we have Eloise as our next panelist. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Eloise and I live in London. My role model is probably just only my mom as well, because she was a single mom who after my dad left us after she gave birth, and she was just starting her career in the capital city in her home country, but she couldn't pursue her career because she had me. And so she came back to her hometown as a, from the bottom, and she worked hard to get back on her feet, and now we're here. So I'm really glad that she's my mom.
Thank you, Eloise. Do you feel that you share some qualities with your role model, your mom?
Yes, I do. We share our love for food and our mindset as well, because of our beliefs and values in life. So yeah.
Thank you very much. I think it's important for all of us to reflect on the role our mothers have, especially as female panelists, that they go through a lot and sometimes they get forgotten. So it's good at least we have Mother's Day where we can celebrate them and reflect on their role in our lives. Thank you, Eloise. So our next panelist is Mckenna.
Hi, I'm Mckenna. I'm living in Liverpool, and I'd have to say my role model is my mom as well. I actually told her this the other day, but she really inspires me. She, like, just thinking about, like Mill said, how she started her own charity for helping people, and also being a single mom and still studying for uni, doing criminology and psychology, and still taking care of me and Mill, and also having a job. It's amazing that she got the degrees that she got. She just constantly inspires me throughout life. And I wouldn't really say like we share same mindset. It's more like I'm constantly learning from her. So like I see something that she does that I do, like I go about wrong, I'm saying I need to take that down and do what she does. So yeah, my mom is my role model as well.
Wow, what a fantastic role model, Mckenna. Thank you for sharing. And we have Gloria.
Hi, I'm Gloria and I'm in Manchester. And I would say that my role model is Michelle Obama, because she overcame so many barriers and she's done so much work in like low income schools in disadvantaged communities. And I think it's really inspiring how she just like is so positive and how she wants to uplift people. So I think that we could all learn a lot from her, and especially in times like this, like what's going on in America. People are very divided at the moment, but I think if we all just uplift each other and find a way to love each other, that's the way that we can all move forward.
Thank you, Gloria. Do you feel you share any qualities with your role model, Michelle Obama?
Well, I think the way she wants to help people, I also want to help people, and I feel like we both have this positive outlook where if we all just look in our hearts and if we all just see that we're similar people and we're all the same, that we can all, you know, move forward and yep, we'll all be happy.
Thank you. Your role model actually, I said, one thing that really impressed me when they were attacking her husband, Obama. And I think it was both of them said it, that when people go low, you go high. So instead of thinking when people are insulting you or bringing you down, you shouldn't sink to their level, but you should go higher and don't act the same way. I think that's inspirational, and I think that's a fantastic role model. So we have Shiko.
Oh, hi, I'm Shiko. I'm in Liverpool. Yeah, I was thinking about today's topic and the difference between a role model and someone who inspires you. So I'm going to talk about, first of all, about a role model. So for me, my role model is I've got a couple actually, is my grandmother. I think I got the strength from her, which I didn't know I had when I was a single mom bringing up the kids, because she did exactly the same. Our mother was supported by our dad, so she had a nice relationship, and she was supported by my grandma, was left several times by her husband to bring up her children on her own, and she worked hard to educate them and give them everything they needed. And I remember she worked on her tea farm till she was about 70, you know, with her cows and picking tea in her 70s. And I think that's really inspirational. So I would love to carry on being as strong as she was, because I don't think she recognized that strength in herself. I also want to say, my sisters all have different qualities that I want to model myself on. So I won't name which qualities, but I look to them and I think I can try and improve this and be more like my sisters. And then in terms of inspiration, so an inspirational person is someone that stimulates you to do something or gives you ideas to do something. So for me, I was say Wangari Maathai because she's a very strong woman who went against the powers that be, you know, a very patriarchal society, and she managed to achieve her goals. Bashir already spoke about her. So I'm just going to say my role models are the women who are unrecognized, who are doing inspirational things and nobody gives them an award, but they're working hard. The single moms out there who are on their own, the women who are constantly put down, the women who are fighting for equality that no one recognizes. Those are my role models. I've never wanted to spotlight. I just want to make a change. So I model myself around these people who are making a change without waiting for a big award or recognition.
Thank you, Shiko, for sharing. Indeed, a good, how can I say, a contribution about role models and inspirational people. So I want to say that I've heard from all of you about your role models. They are fantastic role models, different qualities, and they all inspire and motivate. And for myself, I would like to say that my role model is, or rather, I wouldn't say she's my role model, but I think I can call her an inspirational woman. And this woman moved to a foreign country with her husband and found herself a single mother of two, all alone with no social network, found herself homeless at one point in a shelter. She didn't stay down there. She studied, she started an organization, and she's the reason we are here on this panel today, and that is Shiko. I find her resilience and tenacity inspiring. Because of this, I think I can say we share some qualities in this desire to help people to have a better life. So when she invited me to join her in starting 4 Wings, I said, of course. And this is because because of her inspiration. So Shiko, you are my inspiration.
Oh.
And it just goes to show that anyone can be a role model. It doesn't have to be a well-known person. It can even be a comic character. Some people are inspired by these superheroes, the everyday people in our life. And of course, the people who are in public, like Michelle Obama, Wangari Maathai, and all the ones who've been mentioned, our fathers, our mothers, all these inspire us to be better people, all these motivate us to do better. So whoever your role model is, remember that their role is to inspire, motivate us to be better. And from our panel, it's obviously working. So thank you very much for sharing. And I hope that anyone watching can reflect on who their role model is, try and find the qualities that you share and pass it on. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
you for hosting.
topic,
Kechi.
you're well. Did we miss someone?
Antonella, I didn't hear her.
Antonella, are you there?
Not here.
She wasn't able to connect.
Okay. Anyone knows what the topic for tomorrow is?
It's
The topic for tomorrow is what words or beliefs do you want to live your life by?
Thank you, Jamila. And the session will be at 2 o'clock as usual on this channel. Please join us. And for those watching from home, please like, subscribe, and so on. Thank you very much. Bye.
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 thank you.